Hello, we're back. We just watched episode 8 and Ben is ready to pack up and leave.
Yep, my favourite person has been voted off.
It's been nice doing these with you, Ben. I'm sorry that we won't be able to see out the season.
I'm kidding. I'm not going anywhere, but I'm also not happy. If she's not on season 50, I'll be very annoyed.
Even during the final tribal, you're like, I like MC's shoes as well. I love everything about MC.
But I do.
I know.
She's great.
She was easy to like. She seemed nice, but she was like smashing those challenges as well, and she was smart, and she wasn't
some of the things
full of
that
herself.
I liked was that she was very perceptive. She acted with integrity, which is one of the things that I really liked, and she never lied to anyone.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Do you need a moment before we recap? Or
No. Let's just get this over and done with. It's just not the same anymore.
Might be a short one. But from the start of the episode, we see there's been a dynamic shift in who is on top. The former Uli no longer feel on the top, and some of them are feeling it more than others.
I was very curious how Savannah specifically, not so much Rizzo. I figured Rizzo would just find a way.
He dealt with it very well.
Yeah, but Savannah specifically, because she's been so intense to people. And how does she back away from that now and say, actually, I'm a really normal person? I don't think there's any coming back
like
from
freaking out
you're crazy.
Or anything. But I mean, now she doesn't have to worry about the fact that she, dived on MC's key anymore.
Right.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. She's on the jury. Who knows?
Did anyone actually?
I
wonder if MC told anyone about that.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe after she played the idol, I guess she might have, but she wouldn't have before then.
But it seems really crazy. I think it would have worked to her advantage to tell people, just so you know, she's a bit nuts.
Yeah, I felt like MC did some good things during this as well. I wonder when I listen to what other people think, whether they think she made a faux pas there. But we'll get to that later. Not a faux pas, just a misplay. So Savannah, is feeling being on the bottom, and we get a bit of a story for her about when she felt like she was put it out in the cold at work.
Yeah. Okay, there's a big. I want to just go into this. So sub story Savannah, and for once I was like, okay, I can understand, but also these two situations are not the same. This is why you're telling this story. They are not the same. That situation, according to you anyway, because people never tell stories that aren't favorable to themselves. That situation was out of your control. This situation was completely within your control. You're the one that caused this.
I don't know that she was equating the two. I think she said it made her feel like that. I don't think she said they are the same situation, but I'm probably just giving someone the benefit of the doubt.
She was drawing parallels. That's what she was trying to do, and I didn't like it. Even though I was sympathetic. For once. That's probably the first time I've been sympathetic. I was sympathetic to MC's story, obviously. But
you don't really get much of MC's backstory in this one. I thought if it was going to be her, we might have got just a little bit more or a little bit more camera time with her, but we didn't really. I guess they felt like they had already done that.
We did get that story about how, she's always fought against the fact that she's sort of built and stuff like that. She's muscular, and people used to make fun of her, which is a problem I wish I had. But but aside from that, I still love her every fiber of her being.
On the flip side, Jawan is on top. He's feeling good. He's made the flip on his old crew. He's in with his current crew.
He's an idiot.
Which included MC, right?
Supposedly. No, MC was yellow.
But he had flipped. Who did he vote with? He voted with... Oh, no, it was with Sage.
Yeah, Sage and Rizzo. He voted with them.
That's right, Sage and Rizzo. So he hasn't lost anything.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
so
Yeah. He is riding high and happy to tell the audience about it.
yeah, he has a bad case of I'm so amazing. Like really, really bad case. And it's gonna bite him soon. It's gotta bite him
It
soon.
makes for good TV, though. You need people to sort of go out on a limb a bit because it's entertaining.
Yeah, it definitely is entertaining just to see him like, oh man, I'm just doing so well. It's just like, oh man, you just don't realize you're next. Savannah
And
is
then
coming for
unlike
you.
Yeah, and then unlike Savannah, Rizzo isn't really down in the dumps. He's like, well, it didn't go the way I wanted, but I'm seeing the pros of this, and maybe it gives me room to move. I've got other options. Maybe this is interesting. I really feel like he is just playing very maturely
Yeah,
for
so
a young guy.
during our last week's discussion, I mentioned that this is actually a really good for him because now he's going to be forced to go outside that whole Savannah thing.
Mm.
And I think that he's best suited to do it because he's definitely got the better personality for it. But yeah, geez, Savannah. She
For
is
someone
so
who seemed
lucky.
For someone who seems so erratic at the start, he seems to just be very level-headed when, even when things aren't going his way or under pressure. He's been quite impressive, I think.
You reckon he got a good chance?
Yeah, I do actually. I was
After
trying to
this
think about
episode, I
halfway
think he has
through.
too. Yeah.
I already kind of forget exactly what we said last week and how. I know I sort of settled on about 4. I forget whether I had him in sort of my
I think
top
you did,
3
yeah.
most likely. I think I did, but yeah, I don't know. He's just got the vibes of someone who just goes a really long way.
Mm.
I don't know. I know I've said that about a few people.
And a couple of them are gone now. So,
well, yeah, MC was one. Sophie, I felt it about, and Rizzo was the other. I think. I think that's all.
So this episode, we spent about half the episode at camp after that and a vote from last night. And there was a lot of talk going backwards and forwards about what they're going to do. And Sage was just like upfront, I think we should go for Savannah. And Jawan was as well. And it felt like, I think this is their opportunity. They're going to do it. They're going to take Savannah out.
Mm. The other person who was really confident, though, was Stephen. Like, I know we talked last time about how he got a bunch of votes, but I sort of wasn't convinced that he was actually necessarily in that much trouble. And he came out of that seeming almost kind of a bit relaxed. Like it had kind of gone the way he wanted. He'd done the hard stuff. He's sort of in the numbers now.
So I think that was because he
comfortable.
felt like he had a strong group to vote with now, and that there were targets for them to go after. So like more than one. So he was like, well, I don't have to worry for a little bit now. But as we'll see later on in the episode, that didn't work out that way at all. No, sorry.
And even though I got it wrong just before, I mean, he's the one who's lost out, right? Like he was with MC. She voted with him last time. So he's sort of lost a little bit of power there.
Yeah. Why do you have to keep bringing MC up? It's very upsetting.
They briefly give Christina credit for getting her target out in Nate, that I totally didn't give her enough credit for last time.
Yeah, and they addressed the fact that on the previous, when they were trying to gather votes for the previous tribal council, Sage admitted, look, I wanted to go after Savannah, but the rest of the team wanted to go after... Oh, sorry, she specifically said Christina wanted to go after Nate, and I didn't want to push it and become a target, so I just went with that.
Yeah, and given that she'd kind of driven some of the votes before that, or a couple, or taken a little bit of a lead on it, I think she was right.
Yeah,
oh no, I'm getting mixed up with Sage again.
No, that was Sage. Yeah, so Sage did drive the vote before that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think it was smart that she didn't push it because she would have become a target, definitely. I mean, she had so many things going for her that last week. I actually thought when Savannah came that she would target Sage. I was really worried that she would target Sage because it's like, hey, you remember how you said we were with us and you weren't? well,
Mm,
well, I've got a few people who here who might vote for you.
yeah.
um, then there was
The
also
only other.
did you want to talk about the idol search? Because now
Yeah.
that
While we're talking about
MC
Christina.
Yeah, now that MC basically spent her idol at the previous tribal council, it was back on the island. So I think it was who was it? It was
Alex.
Alex, Jawan, and Christina went
Christina.
looking, and Christina was telling like, "Oh, we've been doing this for like 2 weeks." And it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Oh, what's this?
That's just the edit, though.
I know, but I loved how they edited it.
Whenever I hear interviews with people afterwards, they just say it's not like that at all. It's we spent ages out there looking, ages and ages.
But she finds just immunity idol. It's nothing. It's just straight up immunity idol, and she's very happy. And she says to Alex and Jawan, "Please keep this a secret." And so far, at least as far as
Alex and
we've
Jawan,
seen,
yeah,
they have kept that secret.
But even though I don't think she's got any chance, there's a chance that now that she is sort of final five as well, just because people don't really see her as a threat and they sort of carry her along, and she's got an idol. Like she could easily go a long way now and just sort of end up being a 0 vote. Who knows? That might come back and bite me, but
yeah, she's definitely, out of everyone who's there now, I would say she is the most under the radar person. Or maybe Sophie. Sophie's really under the radar. Sorry, Soph, not Sophie.
Yeah, I guess so. I think I just really like her. It's not really necessarily related to her game.
I like her as well, but she's just like really playing under the radar. She's not doing super well at challenges. She's not like in any big moves or anything like that.
When they showed her, was it a religious stuff she was sort of chanting under her breath? I couldn't quite catch it or whatever.
But so she started chanting, whatever and I was like, oh, better not be religious.
But when they did that, I thought, she's going to be like one of the last two or something when they sort of focused in on that. And nope.
Yeah, so, well, let's talk about it. So they go to a challenge, and the assumption is, they're going to do like individual challenges and one person is going to get immunity, or maybe more than one, I don't know. But it turns out they're split in two teams, and one of the teams will get immunity and not even go to tribal, and the other team will go to tribal.
Yeah. They do this a little bit lately as well. They either do this one or they do one where they're clinging onto a pole, on heights or whatever. I kind of like the ones where they're working as a team, but they have the ability to help each other a little bit, like that carry the weight one, or just so that there's, because otherwise you could get boned like MC kind of did, where if the challenge is just not for you, and then you end up with duds on your team, it's just dumb luck. But if you've got, given that the other people on the who ended up winning it, Savannah's team, the other people on Savannah's team really didn't do anything to deserve not being part of the vote.
No, they didn't.
Nothing at all. Whereas if they had been able to contribute, even if they went out early, if they had been able to contribute for a while, take some weight and then go out, or, I sort of prefer those ones.
I wasn't actually a fan of this challenge, specifically for that reason. It was just like, well, you've basically put them in tribes again. It's just like, well, this is basically pretend tribes.
They really love the small group voting, not many numbers to move. And it did result in a good, like an interesting final vote when we got to tribal. But I don't know, it just seems a bit unfair. Poor MC has been so good in all the challenges, and this one, it's just not suited to people who've got more muscle on them like she does.
Well, I think I messaged you saying that this challenge, it really suits smaller people because their feet are just smaller. So they've got less foot that they need to hold on with.
And he addressed that in the last on. Yeah, he addressed this on the latest On Fire podcast as well, where someone said, for some of the challenges you do proportional things, like it might be related to height or reach or something like that, where they make sure that everything's equivalent. But the question was about footholds, and he says, no, the footholds are always the same size. And even though, we do some proportional things, there are other challenges that just plain benefit someone who's taller. And at the time he was talking about, that team one where they were having to climb up on that big boulder and go over there. Like that's just harder for a short person. It's just some challenges will be good for some and some will be good for others. And just we try and spread them out.
Yep.
And this is just one that didn't go well for her. Like, to win is so hard. You have to be so good, but also lucky. Yeah, it's very difficult.
So it ends up being Savannah, and that's what I wanted to mention. I actually said, it's going to be, and I actually got what I wanted, unfortunately, but I said in the chat that it's going to make this real interesting if Savannah gets immunity, and sure enough, she gets immunity.
Yeah, and she enjoyed it.
a little too much maybe, but she was grinning ear to ear at the tribal. Oh yeah, so we haven't talked about that. So the people who won, the whole team got to have like ham sandwiches and all of that stuff, whatever's.
You would care if you were out there.
Oh, totally. I'd just be ravenous, and I'd be like crapping myself afterwards, like majorly. I'd be like, oh, I don't feel well. And Savannah got an advantage, and the advantage was that she would get to go to the tribal council, and she'd get to go to the island where all the losing team was, and talk to all of them, and then attend tribal council, and she has a vote that she can spend or save. So so she went over. They were all very shocked to see Savannah. And I agree.
So they were all very happy to see her, and she underplayed it and was very humble and didn't piss anyone off. That right?
Yeah, no, that's exactly the opposite of how it went. So we were saying, what she should do is not spend her vote and save it for when she actually needs it.
But
pretty
obvious that one.
Everything. Well, okay. So let's talk about the losing team. So Sophie came up with a plan where they would all tell Rizzo that they were all going to vote for Sophie. So she's like putting a target on herself. And everything was going fine. Just this is also that Rizzo won't play his idol, and then they would all vote on him. And then she tells MC, oh gosh, she tells MC, hey, just so you know, just in case he plays his idol, I'm going to put my vote onto Jawan, and then it'll be a tie, so it'll just be a vote between both of us. And she's obviously implying, and I want it to be him.
So she's thinking more deeply, but she's also maybe a little bit too clever for her own good or something.
Yeah, she definitely told the wrong person, because MC felt a bit bad about not telling Jawan that she had an idol, and I don't know why. But anyway, she did. I would have just been, it's the game.
He thought that she trusted him. Yeah, that was good when she said that. I do wonder if Sophie had just said, what I'm thinking is I really do need to put a vote on someone else. Who do you think? Or something, just to make sure that it's not tied up. Just give her some agency so that you don't risk saying the wrong name to someone.
Don't look like you're after someone. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, MC goes straight to Jawan, basically. Well, in editing, she does, probably not straight away, but it's not like, okay, Sophie, hold that thought. I need to go speak with Jawan.
You wait here. And I thought she did it well, actually. Like at the time, I was thinking, that was a well said MC. Like she didn't over egg it or anything. She. Jawan's easy to make nervous, and sure enough, he starts getting paranoid, and he even understands he's doing it. It's not like he's unaware of what he's doing, but it's just like I just cannot trust you now.
Yeah,
and Sophie almost she's almost too honest in a way. Like she sort of just kept owning up to stuff.
Yeah, because she goes and tells him as well. Look, I just said your name. It was nothing personal. Your name is just the one that I said.
And I say almost too much, but in the end, she got there. So maybe they do just feel. Maybe there's an element where they do just feel like they can trust that she's being upfront. I don't know.
Yeah,
or maybe they just thought MC was a bigger threat.
Yeah, so before Savannah arrived, there was a plan which was starting to fall apart just as she arrived. And then it was like, okay, and Sage is like, well, that plan's out the window now, isn't it?
She comes on strutting, smile from ear to ear. Yep. She just looks like she's, I don't know, like it's her birthday tomorrow or something. Or I don't know.
Or her anniversary today. Who celebrates a 1 year anniversary? Seriously, like, how old are you? You in friggin' high school or something? Oh, it's my 1 week anniversary. God, seriously.
They're away from home, Ben.
Sure.
Young love. Remember what that was like?
No. I don't remember what it was like.
Who am I speaking to? She's 31.
Yeah, it's sort of like, come on. It's lame, okay? Anyway, so...
But think of Brandon.
Oh, yeah, and that's right.
When Sophie was getting...
Yeah, Sophie was saying, do it for Brandon. I'm like, who the fuck's Brandon? I was like, oh, God, please tell me it's not like some person that she's in a relationship with. Sure enough. And, of course, it was their one year. Whoop-de-doo.
I think when you're up there and you're hurting, you're just looking for anything to cling to.
Yep.
And she totally, I mean, it probably would have happened anyway. She probably would have outlasted her, but she did absolutely psych Sophie out of it.
Yep.
It's just, it doesn't matter how well you know that people are doing that and why they're doing it and everything. Like when you're hurting and you're already starting to crack and then then you hear Jeff say that the other person is smiling.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, it just breaks them every time.
Yeah. It's like, Jeff, shut the fuck up.
It's so powerful.
MC would still be with us if you'd shut your stupid mouth, Jeff.
And even if you're not feeling it, if you can just project it to Jeff.
Yeah.
Let Jeff do your work for you.
Yeah, exactly. So there was that whole thing. I forget where we were now. Oh yeah, so Savannah arriving with the rest of them who were going to tribal council. It was just, she goes basically, the first thing we see is her talking to Rizzo, but based on what she says, it looks like she's spoken to a few other people already. Because she says, oh, yeah, it looks like they were all going to like vote for Sophie. So she's obviously spoken to them. But she says they come up with a thing. Oh, so she tells Rizzo, oh, I've got this thing where I've got an extra vote. And
he's really emboldened by it.
Yeah, he's like, oh, this is fantastic. This is amazing. I think she tells him then, I'm not going to spend it. Doesn't she? I think she does. Which is,
and I think he
definitely
judges that. Yeah. Well, I mean, Jeff talks about how, they don't make these things up, at the time. Like before the season even starts, they've already decided where they're going to put everything and what the twist is going to be. And so I guess there's a world in which, there's a person who's part of the vote that is on your alliance. And, maybe you've got two people that you're really close with and one of them is one of the potential ones. So in that case, maybe it does make sense for you to save someone who's in trouble. But just the way it worked out, she didn't really have anyone in that situation. So, of course it seemed like obvious that she shouldn't spend it, but it's kind of just a roll of the dice the way things work out.
So when they go to, and there's the whole discussion, basically it comes, everybody's saying, oh, let's go. So, Jawan, Rizzo and Savannah come to this idea that we'll go after MC, and I think they're pretty sure they tell Jawan, but they tell Sage as well. Rizzo tries telling Sage, and he's like, she's just completely upfront. So she's like, look, I get it, but she's good for your game, and Sophie's good for my game. So, but it looks like she did end up voting for MC anyway, which is just like, what a shame. Sophie, I liked you before.
Sophie, or you mean Sage?
Sage, yeah, Sage. Sorry, Sage. I thought you were great.
Well, you've also got to know when to. If you're the only other person who votes with the person who got voted off, then that's not a good look for you. Like you got to know when to fold them.
Yep.
And pick your battle.
Sage has done pretty good at picking her battles.
Oh, very well.
Yeah.
I do also want to give MC credit for reading Sophie when Sophie was trying to bullshit her, and MC looked at her like, I feel like maybe there's something else going on here. I feel like maybe you're not going to vote with me, and Sophie just went.
She's like, be straight with me.
Blanked.
Yeah, she's like, and she's like, I don't think it matters who I vote for. And she's like, no, it totally matters.
I'm stuffed.
Yes, yeah, MC did a great social read.
It was at that point that I just thought, okay, you know she's not voting with you now. Yep. Like, surely you play your shot in the dark. The only thing I was thinking was, if you do play your shot in the dark and survive, which is unlikely anyway, it's 1 in 6, I think, chance that it actually works. Like, it's quite unlikely. So if you do play it and survive, everyone thinks you don't trust them anyway. So you really take a hit for using it, even if you survive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it's worth a shot, and you just try and spin it.
So, yeah, there wasn't much more discussion at the camp. It was all just like, oh, are we going to do Sophie or are we going to do MC? And the whole time, Sage is like, well, why don't we just stick with the original plan and just go for Rizzo? But no one's doing it anymore because they're paranoid about Savannah now. So they go to Tribal. And there's a lot of talk, lots and lots of talk. And
Rizzo, yeah, go on.
Maybe you should do yours first because I'm going to talk about that.
I was just going to say Rizzo did kind of look a little bit nervous there at one point. I don't know whether he was ever actually a chance to play his side, but there was a bit where in amongst all the discussion, he did look a little bit nervous. But then at a certain point, Sophie just says, oh, "All right, let's sort of cut this. Let's be honest. It's me or MC."
Yeah.
Yeah, where she really plants the flag. And I guess there's always a chance when you say that that's just a diversion to make him feel comfortable, et cetera, et cetera. But no, it wasn't. She was just like, I know it's one or the other. And gosh, what did she say? She said something that was, that's right. She basically said, people have been out for me since the start of the game, but which I thought, it would have been great if we had seen some of that in the first however many episodes.
Yeah, in the first half of the season.
Yeah, like I'm not hiding anywhere. Yes, I might be more of a threat, but in a way, maybe that's better because you're always going to be able to get numbers for me later if you want. And I thought, oh, wow. Between that and another thing earlier in the episode, we're actually seeing ways in which, she's already shown she's physically quite good. She's come first and second in the first 2 individual immunities. And now we're seeing this other part of her game where she can be quite persuasive and everything as well. It's like,
and she was very persuasive. When I heard that speech, I was like, oh no, I think MC is going to go because that was a very good speech. And she looked
genuinely worried.
Yeah. But then
I'm sorry, now you say your bit.
That's what I wanted to talk about. Sophie's speech was really good. I think that swayed a lot of people at that point, if they hadn't already decided. And yes, MC looked worried, and then they were about to go do their votes, but MC says, Jeff, sorry, and then she goes off and has a chat with Jawan. And then some other people Jawan goes and has a chat with some other people, and then everybody has a chat with everybody. No idea yet what they were chatting about, but the result ended up basically unanimously that it was MC. It
was, yeah. The only person who didn't was MC, who went Sophie.
Yeah.
It's just a very unusual edit choice for that first conversation to be hidden. Like, they absolutely have, audio that can pick up whisper. And again, on that podcast, Jeff talks about how amazing their audio setup is, that they can pick apart all the audio in a situation like that at range and people whispering. They can absolutely pick that up. But for whatever reason, they decided not to show it, just to do with the tension of the episode. And we don't really know what she said. I'm kind of really curious to hear
Yeah.
in exit interviews what she was saying to
This is going to be
Jawan.
my first exit interview I ever watch. Probably my last as well.
Like, was she just trying to get a read from him about what he was going to do, and he lied to her, or was he honest with?
I don't know,
her
because
and was just talking about playing her shot in the dark, and he talked her out of it. Or
when Rizzo went up to vote, though, he was like, "Oh, this is crazy. I just can't believe this." It's just like, and then it's just like, well, how's this crazy? This is not crazy. So I'm so curious about what was said.
yeah, we didn't really hear any of the back and forth. All we heard was Sophie sort of being on the outs for a bit, and then Jawan pulling her in
and saying, "Oh, Mum's here to pick me up."
Yeah, yeah. I must admit, even though Jawan's, I mean, he is part of the group that has swung the game from one alliance to another. Like maybe I'm not giving him enough credit just because he's a bit goofy. But here again, MC went to him, and then he ended up going to Sophie, and it's a little bit hard to judge. Is he driving some of it, or is he just sort of the second or third person in a group that is making their decisions?
Or maybe she just thought he's the safe one to talk to, or something. I don't know. It's very confusing. I don't know
if I'm just underrating him. Maybe I am.
No, I don't think we are. If anything, I think we're overrating him.
Okay. It does feel like he's going to fall hard at some point.
Yeah. But yes, MC gets voted off the island. It's a very upsetting moment. We're all very upset about it. Michael is just hiding it really well.
No, I mean, yeah, she was definitely. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Is she my? I mean, she's my favorite kind of solid choice. Like I said, I like. I usually end up emotionally going for underdogs, and she's not really an underdog, or at least physically and personality and everything. So she was always going to be a threat, but as someone who was a threat, I did like her a lot, and I feel like in a different game she could have done quite well, may do quite well if she comes back for 50.
Oh, God,
and she did just sort of get a bit screwed by
the challenge.
The challenge that didn't favour her, one of the few that hasn't favoured her, and just the team that she randomly drew with. She got unlucky with.
Yeah.
And she also had in the wider group, she had a decent sort of
reputation
group around her. Like she was kind of in the numbers, but it just didn't play out in the way that the 5-5
I wonder how Steven's going to react to the fact that she's gone. That's his number one gone right there.
That does make things tricky for him.
So I thought she had her speech at the end of it was really nice. She's like, oh, I think I handled myself really well, and really proud of what I achieved. All that stuff that people say at the end of shows like this.
Just very mature, yeah.
Can you tell that I'm really on a downer after she's gone? I'm just like, I'm just not feeling it anymore, Michael.
On the plus side, this was easily probably the best tribal of the season so far. Like that, most of them have been sort of fairly straightforward, or even if I didn't know who it was going to be when I've heard people talk about it afterward, it's like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, it was like even just looking at all the votes and how one-sided all the votes have been. I guess she did know she was in trouble at the end, so it wasn't like it was a blindside, but it did feel like it was up in the air, and things could have gone, a number of different ways. Even if it did end up sort of being a 4-1.
But yeah, that's it. So we saw in the preview for next week that Savannah and Rizzo think that they're back in charge of things, which is an interesting interpretation
why they
of
would
events.
think that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess if I step back, maybe they're not in the numbers, but Rizzo's got an idol and Christina's got an idol, and that makes it pretty hard to attack them.
Oh, and Savannah has her extra vote. That is very powerful, especially especially as the numbers get lower. I wonder if that extra vote lasts beyond 5 people.
And Blue Sophie's still got the knowledge is power, so I mean, everyone knows Rizzo's got it, but she's okay with that. And then, I wonder how public Christine. Well, no, it didn't seem like they were going to go public with Christina's.
No.
Hmm.
So it's just Alex and Jawan that know. But yeah, we'll see.
There was a couple of other interesting things. I really always like the conversations between Alex and Blue Sophie.
Mhm.
Like there was one at the start where they're basically talking about. She was sort of saying, it didn't go the way I wanted. We voted differently, and she was trying to gauge, I think, whether they were kind of still together. She was still trying to work with him, even though he sort of already picked his lane. It's hard for me to judge whether he's going to sort of keep her along, and maybe they'll do something together at one point. The fact that, I mean, she hasn't talked about her knowledge is power, but if there's anyone she's going to tell, it feels like the potential to do something big is with him. But if she ever tells him about it, she's not going to know whether or not he knows about a secret idol. But there's definitely a room for like a massive
move, yeah.
If they can do that, but I'm just not sure whether he cares enough about her to do it. But I'm just really interested in the fact that they're the last two from that tribe and what the end story of that tribe is.
Well, so what I'm interested in now, in the preview, it seemed like, at least the way they edited it, that Rizzo might be coming after Alex now. That's the way I read it anyway.
Oh, I didn't pick up on that. I was probably typing.
That's just the way they edited it.
Why did he say why?
Well, he was
like,
he thinks he's
Alex?
running things. I'm running things.
Ah.
Yeah, so, but there was one point when
Alex doesn't seem like the type to get cocky.
No. So there's one point when Soph and Alex were chatting that Soph was just like, look, I'm not married to them. I'm happy to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
I was just there I was in that tribe, so I needed to like form something with them.
Yeah. And he can either use that or he can kind of burn her with it as well.
Yeah.
Like she's sort of a little bit compromised position with him now.
So what do you think?
Like she really needs a big move.
She does.
With that knowledge is power in order for it to work with her. But like I was saying in the chat, if she uses him to do it, then it's almost like how is he incentivized to do it? Because if the two of them end up in a final 5 or 4 or whatever, they've both got a similar story having come from the tribe that got decimated. So why give her the credit for that?
That's true. There's also the possibility of her blindsiding Rizzo. So them saying
definitely possible.
We're going to vote on Rizzo, and you basically take his idol, so he can't protect himself.
And you were saying Rizzo was the one that was just talking about Alex?
Yes. He didn't specifically say Alex. I think it might just be the one that they made it seem like that because he spoke right. So the way they edited it was Alex was saying something, and then Rizzo said, "Oh, he thinks he's running things. Well, I'll show him I'm running things." Something like that. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. So I personally think
the last note. Oh, sorry, Giga.
I personally think Sophie needs to get out of that trio of Rizzo and Savannah.
Yellow Sophie.
Oh, Soph.
Or Blue Sophie.
Soph.
So
Blue Sophie.
Right.
I personally think she needs to get out of that trio.
she's a bit lost
because one more of them goes, she is screwed.
Yeah, and they're not prioritizing her in that little group. She almost needs to, flip,
and that's sort of why I'm like, this could be her way of proving herself to another alliance. Hey, I'm going to steal his idol. Just vote for him.
Mm.
That could be a really strong move.
I'm not sure how much of a threat they think he is. He hasn't really done that well in any of the challenges yet.
Except the one no one saw at the very beginning of the show. He didn't even do well in that one.
No, he didn't. He did really badly. But you can kind of see now as well, like with these individual ones, you don't actually want to do well. You want to win them when you need to win them, but the rest of the time you don't actually want to look to be doing well all the time. There's sort of some people who play a game where they almost deliberately downplay how they do in certain, especially challenges of the kind that you might get at the end of the game.
Do you think that Sophie, Yellow Sophie, might have thrown that challenge today so that she didn't win?
No, I don't.
No, because
She
sorry,
just
you're
don't,
right.
I don't
She
know
was on
why
the
she
other
would
tribe.
go that
Yeah,
far to
you're
then
right.
do it either. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
The
did you
last
have
note
some
I
final
had that I
thoughts?
wanted to mention, going way back, this the last thing was that I want to give credit to Stephen for being a really good listener in that when he was listening to Savannah. He was just letting her tell a story. He had these big eyes. He was just he was obviously
Being sympathetic,
sympathizing, empathizing with her. I don't know. He just seemed like a good guy.
He is a good guy.
So,
that's why.
Props to Stephen.
Yeah, so I hope that Savannah is a bit nicer to Stephen. That's what I hope is going to happen. I hope he doesn't get sucked in by that sob story. But okay. That's it then.
All right.
Thank you very much.
We're done.
Yeah, until next week.
All right. Bye.